Let's take a look at this example. Again, we are going to redraw the circuit before our analysis. Because I have 9 volts, it means that I have power supply connected to this terminal by positive terminal, okay? Next, I have 9 volts and 9 volts. It means that these two inputs are connected together, okay? And because they have 9 volts, I'm supposed to connect them to this point, okay? Because I have 9 volts, my voltage source, okay, is equal 9 volts. The problem is asking me to find output voltage, okay? Please notice that these two diodes, right, are not connected to the ground at any point, okay? So we can say that there is no way for current, right, going by this diode flow to the ground, right? So this is the very first thing which you're supposed to notice, right? So we can say that these two diodes, right, are in the off state. They are not conducting, no matter if this is the germanium and this is silicon, okay? They are not conducting. So we know that these two diodes are in the off state, means they do not exist. So we have open circuit, right? So if we have open circuit, the current which goes through the resistor is equal 0 amps. Okay, so if I have formula for voltage VR is equal IR times the resistance, but we said if these two diodes are not conducting, so I have no current flow, so it means that IR is equal 0 amps times the resistance 3.3 kilo ohms is equal 0 volts. It means that the voltage across the resistor is equal 0 volts. One more time, because these two diodes are not working. So if the diodes are not working, current is not flowing. So if you want to find output voltage is the voltage between this point and ground, okay? So what we're supposed to do? We're supposed to simply go from this terminal to ground. Because this current is equal 0, but we can always draw the arrow which represents the current, right? Even if this has 0. So anytime current is entering the component, we're supposed to write what? The positive sign. Anytime is leaving the component, we're supposed to write negative sign, right? Even if I is equal 0 amps. Okay, we can always write these two signs. So if you want to find V out, we have what? Negative VR plus voltage source, okay? And we're going to reach the ground. So V out is equal negative VR plus voltage source. Negative VR is equal 0 volts plus 9 volts is equal 9 volts. So output voltage is equal 9 volts. If you are going to get experience with electronics, you are going to just look at the diagram and you are going to say right away that this is 9 volts. But at this moment, it's always good to understand what's going on by keep writing the equations. So we found V out. Next, the problem is asking me for ID1. We said that ID1 is behaving like an open circuit, is in the off state, so ID1 is equal 0 amps. ID2 is also 0 amps because this diode is also in the off state. And VR we found is equal 0 volts. PR is equal IR square times resistance, but we found that the current goes through the current which goes through the resistor is equal 0 amps raised to the second power times 3.3 kilo is going to give me also 0. So I have 0 watts, right, at the resistor. So we can say that the problem is solved.